morning, this is Dr. Salma Aziz, and today we're going to talk about custom foot orthotics. Before I get too into how we use orthotics as a treatment modality in our office, I'd like to take a couple of minutes and differentiate between what makes a custom foot orthotics different from a over-the-counter orthotic. As we know, most of you, as all of us know, most of us have seen many different types of custom or over-the-counter orthotics available in the form of kiosks, sporting goods stores, and many of us have already tried a lot of these. So I'd like to start by showing you a little over-the-counter sample of a orthotic that most of my patients come in with. And the key thing I want you guys to remember about this one, because I will come back to this later, is that we can see that this is made out of a material that is very flexible. I'm not a very strong person, but I can with my fingers bend this orthotic in half. And this becomes very important later on when we talk about custom orthotics. So this is an over-the-counter one. Now let's talk about, well, just for a minute, the basic way that a over-the-counter orthotic is measured for a patient. They're usually, it's based on their foot size, and sometimes even they take into consideration the width, but that's pretty much all that's taken into consideration. Now let's direct our attention towards what makes a custom orthotic. First thing that we have to remember is a custom orthotic is usually made by a physician because of the fact that there are so many factors involved when we're making an orthotic. So their knowledge, an intricate knowledge of the foot and ankle, the anatomy as well as the biomechanics is essential. When we're talking about a custom orthotic, some of the features that, as I said earlier, that differentiate it from a over-the-counter orthotic is that more often than not, it's made out of a material that's rather rigid. So just demonstrating the rigidity of the material, here I have a custom orthotic and I'm trying to bend the material and I'm unable to because of the rigidness of that material. Again, I will get to this later and why it's important. Of course, the second part of a custom orthotic is that for those ladies that are worried about never wearing cute shoes again, we can make custom orthotics very thin so that we can actually continue to wear our heels as well as cute shoes. Now let's dive in a little bit about how we make a custom orthotic. A custom orthotic is made with usually plaster of Paris. There are some new modalities out there for obtaining custom orthotics, such as computerized pads, but it's my opinion that by far the oldest method of making a custom orthotic still maintains to be the best and most accurate method of making a custom orthotic for patients that work well. So as I said, we usually do the plaster molding of the foot using plaster of Paris, and there is various steps involved in making custom orthotics. Once the plaster mold of the foot or the plaster is applied to the patient's foot, the foot is then maintained by the physician who has that intricate knowledge of the mechanics of the foot as well as the anatomical structures. This foot is then maintained in what we call a neutral position. So to just demonstrate one of the deformities, for example, a patient that has flat feet, where the arch of the foot goes down like this, what we are able to accomplish with a custom orthotic is by holding their foot in the corrected neutral position, we are then, once the orthotic is made, are able to place that orthotic underneath that patient's flat foot, and when that patient is weight bearing, as I'm demonstrating now by putting pressure on their leg, that arch will not collapse. And therein lies the big difference between a custom orthotic and a over-the-counter. Just to demonstrate to you guys, I was not able to bring that arch down with this rigid, specific custom orthotic. Let's go to our wonderful over-the-counter orthotic, whereby nothing is there to prevent this flattening of the arch. So this becomes the key differentiating factor. Again, as I said earlier, usually over-the-counter orthotics come in this form. With custom orthotics, we're able to pretty much make it task specific. As I said earlier, for those ladies who want to continue to wear their cute shoes, we offer very thin yet still controlling. This rigid material is still there, controlling product. For those of us that are athletes, we can make athletic orthotics that are pretty much sports specific. We can make them for soccer, baseball, football, all sports, even to customize ski boots. So that range is there. And then for those of us that just require an orthotic that's simple, that we can take in and out of shoes and fit into various types of shoes, we make one that's, again, more of a 3/4 length orthotic, and this again has versatility associated with it so that patients don't have to buy multiple. And that pretty much wraps up orthotics as a treatment modality for multiple foot problems. And if you stay tuned, in the next videos I will let you know how they benefit various deformities.